Hey, good day, folks. Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I cannot complain. I can, but what good is it going to do? It ain't going to do me no freaking good, so I'm not going to. I mean, there's enough people that are on YouTube and TikTok crying about the economy and how tough it is, how tough they got it, and some of these people are talking about they sick and tired of working and they're only 22 years old. It's crazy out here. I mean, but anyhow, I try to look at I try to look at the good aspects of my life. For one, I got my health. I'm alive. I got people in my life that care about me, and right now, I'm out here enjoying some of this Indiana fall weather. I mean, today it's gonna go up into the 60s, I believe. Right now, it feels like it's probably in the upper 50s, lower 60s, nice and sunny. So, you know what? I'm blessed. And hopefully, many of you that are watching me are also blessed. Now, this video is going to kind of sort of piggyback off of the video I put out yesterday. The difference is you got to look at me. You don't get to look at nice, beautiful houses and all that good stuff. At least right now you don't. I mean, I have to, on my day off of work, I have to get back out there and start doing some more recording. But for now, this is going to be the video that you guys are going to watch today. And I remember the last recession of '08. There were a lot of people that were just going crazy. You know, you had a lot of people getting rid of their houses because their attitude was, my house is only worth X amount of money and I owe X amount of money. So yeah, a lot of people were just panicking, just going completely berserk in their mind, making decisions that were poor decisions, and many people fast forward to today regret making those decisions. You even have people that were worse than that. I mean, I remember several years ago, I want to say back in 2013, I was working as a security officer part-time, and there was a gentleman that was a good, I want to say he was 20 years older than I was. And he was telling me that things for him got very bad during the last recession. I mean, he had a six-figure job, and he also had a company vehicle that he was able to use not only on the job but also as a personal vehicle. Well, make a long story short, he lost the job, and apparently he did not bother to save up any of that money, and he was on the verge of getting foreclosed on his house at that point. So I don't know what happened to his house, but at the time that we had this discussion, he was doing everything under the sun to save his house so he wouldn't have to be foreclosed on and then have to uproot his family. And he told me that during the last recession, he told me things got so bad for him that he even had thoughts of self-deleting himself. And there were a few people during the last recession, probably quite a few people, more than what any of us will ever realize, that did exactly that. I mean, they just couldn't fathom continuing their life, you know, being in tons of debt. Because you got some of these people that, you know, they went from making a six-figure income to having to live off of unemployment. And maybe during the time they lost their job, they depleted all their money, went completely broke, and they had to painfully watch as they lost all their crap. their house, their cars, some of their prized possessions, so on and so forth. And I remember, I remember about 10 years or so ago when van life first became popular on social media. You had a lot of people that willfully walked away from their house. They didn't have to, they chose to, because their attitude was, why am I keeping this house? Why am I continuing to pay this mortgage? My house is only worth $100,000 now or $150,000 type of situation. And I make this video because I want to encourage, for those of you that are thinking about walking away from your house because maybe you feel, okay, you're upside down and the house value at this point may be a bit upside down. I'm going to encourage you to not walk away from your house. I'm going to encourage you to keep your house, keep making your payments, keep working whatever job you're working, and just keep living your life and enjoy your life the best you can. And if you're thinking, and if, maybe right now, some of you that may have currently lost your job, and now you're finding yourself having to live off of unemployment. Maybe you're thinking about doing something risky financially. Like maybe you're thinking about, I don't know, for those of you that are homeowners that do have equity in your house, maybe you're thinking about taking some kind of a loan against your house, whether it be a HELOC or some other type of loan. Again, I'm going to encourage you to not do that. Now, I can't emphasize enough how dumb it is to take out any kind of a loan against your house, how dumb it is to use your own home as if it was your personal bank. I mean, I know a lot of people on YouTube and TikTok encourage that type of behavior. Me, I think it's just utterly stupid. I'm old school. But anyways, I encourage you to not do that. I encourage you to get a second job if you have to. Or if there's anywhere else in your life where you can cut back, do that. For many of you, look in your freaking driveway. Maybe you might be able to get rid of one of your cars and therefore get rid of one of your car notes if you have a car note. Or even if you don't have a car note, maybe you might be able to sell your newer and fancier vehicle, get that money, and then turn around and buy it, and then turn around and downgrade to something that's a little older, not as fancy, however, it's still reliable. I mean, maybe you might want to quit going out to eat so much for those of you that enjoy going out to eat. I mean, there is like a ton of ways that you can. I gotta crack my window, so there's like a ton of ways that people can cut back on their on their financial burdens without getting rid of their houses, without making rash financial decisions that you will most likely later regret. Because people, I mean, people need to understand that what's going on right now is one of many, many recessions that are going to continue to go on in this country, that have went on in this country before. And I know it's easier said than done, but after being through the recession of '08, I can tell you guys that within 2 or 3 years from now, things for most of you at least, in most parts of the country, are going to return back to normal. So I beg all of you who are watching this video, and tell whoever is in your life that's important to you, don't panic through this recession. Don't make any rash decisions that you know are bad decisions, that you know are not going to be in the better interest of you and or your family, that you're going to later on regret. I mean, if you have to cut back a little bit, cut back a little bit. But, you know, in van life, a lot of your van life channels are gonna most likely begin to blow up again, just like they did 10 years ago when the concept first became popular among in social media. And you know, I'm here to tell you guys that the whole van life thing is not going to be as glamorous as many of you think. It just isn't. There's people that lived van life 10 years ago, and if some of them were to tell you the truth, they would tell you straight up. The van life thing is not as glamorous as it's not as glamorous as some of your larger YouTube channels make it out to be. You got a lot of people that live in van life right now, and it's not because they want to, it's because they have to. Let me paint a picture in your head about van life real quick. Imagine living van life in Florida during the summer when it's 90 plus degrees, 100 plus % humidity. Imagine living van life even up here in the Midwest where it's maybe 15 degrees, wind blowing. Think about that for a minute. Think about that. And the reality of the matter is, when it comes to van life, I guess if you choose to live van life and you have the funds to travel here and travel over there, and you work online so you can take your employment with you, okay, you do what you do. And I wish you the best of luck. But for many of you, you most likely work a 9-to-5 storefront type of deal. And for many of you, by the time you think about living the van life, by the time you think about living a van life, your money is gonna pretty much be gone, most likely. That's my prediction anyway. So with that being said, you're not gonna be traveling the country. You're not gonna be able to. You're gonna have to find a place to where you can go. You can find some employment. You can earn some money. You can make enough money to pay for food, insurance, gas, vehicle repairs, things like that. And if you think you want to live the van life for whatever reason, financial or whatever reason, I encourage you to go rent you a van and go somewhere far enough away from your home to where if you wake up in the middle of the night and you decide you don't want to do van life no more, you're going to at least have to tough it out for that night. And then maybe the next day when you go back to your house, you might come to your senses that, yeah, van life is okay for when I'm camping or vacationing, but it's not anything I desire to do full time. And also, there's a lot of you that are going to probably empty out your 401k. You're going to empty out your retirement money. You might even empty out your lifetime savings because, you lost your job, you're panicking, you're afraid things are going to get worse and never get better, which is not true. Yeah, things will get worse from this point, but understand, a year or two after that, things will start to get better and return back to normal, just like what happened during the last recession. So again, when it comes to your finances, don't empty out your 401k. Don't empty out your lifetime savings. Don't go out here and make a rash decision and make some kind of an investment into something that you don't understand, that you don't know about. You're doing it because some slick talking YouTuber or TikToker told you to do it. And then you find out that everything was a scam. Kind of like what I discussed on my video I made yesterday. and other videos about these scammers. And uh, you know, now on this channel, I try not to talk about other YouTubers, but I'm gonna talk about some YouTubers on this channel because I'm gonna talk about them in a good way. Now, if you want to know what I'm referring to when I talk about all these different scammers, now there's all kind of channels that cover different type of scammers. Now, one channel which I like watching, I have fun watching this channel. He's got wonderful content. Is JT Pocket Watcher. No, it's JT Pocket Watching. I mean, he's had his channel up for a couple of years. His channel has reached 108 subscribers at this point. Very good channel. I mean, the man is a certified financial planner, and he's out of St. Louis, Missouri. So, very good channel to go watch. I would advise you guys to go check him out and subscribe and do all that good stuff. And then he also, and there's also another channel called, I can't think what the name of the channel is, but the name of the creator is Orlando Myers. He also talks a lot about financing. Now, he's a little, I think he's a little too hyper, but if you can get by his hyperness, he puts out a lot of good stuff. So that's another channel to go check out. In fact, when you type up JT Pocket Watching, Orlando Myers will come up. So so check that channel out as well. And there's other creators that I feel put out good stuff that that relate to what I'm discussing right now. I can't think of their name at the moment, so I'll just start out with JT Pocket Watching and Orlando Myers. I mean, Myers, something like that. You're not going to be disappointed, I promise you. In fact, whatever, for those of you that do get into a situation where someone's trying to sell you something online, do yourself a favor and do your own due diligence. I mean, sometimes all you gotta do is go on YouTube and type that person's name, and then something bad will come up about that person. Or two, go to your local Better Business Bureau and do some due diligence about that person. Ask around a little bit, but just do some sort of due diligence before falling for these people that are going to most likely take all your money and potentially leave you broke. So yeah, when it comes to your money, hang on to your money extremely tight. Keep your 401k funded. If you're able to continue to invest your money, continue to invest your money, like in mutual funds, things of that sort. Do not empty out your lifetime savings. Leave that alone. Continue to pay your mortgage as long as you're able to. If your house is paid off, do not take out any kind of loans against your house under any circumstances. So hopefully you got something out of this video. I don't want to make it too long. So stay blessed out there. Stay strong. I'll catch you on the next one.